welcome to another edition of the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast show. We are YouTube Live and Kick Live on this Monday evening. I'm Colby Marshall here with my dad, Troy Marshall, Chuck Butler, my uncle Chuck, his sons Noah and Drew. Guys, we are the only multi-generational podcast show of Philly sports talk. We're Eagles fans, Sixers fans, big time Phillies and Yankees fans as well. Myself on the Yankees, everyone else are Phillies fans here. If you guys didn't know, if it's your first time listening, but we have been deep into the Sixers and the Eagles, obviously, in recent weeks and recent months. And after the Eagles beat the Washington Commanders 29-18 on Saturday, they have won the NFC East. We're going to talk a lot about that game and their prospects going into the playoffs right now as the third seed with potential to climb up to that second spot. And we'll talk a little bit of Sixers as well on this edition of the episode. Chuck, I want to first, before I kick it to you to talk Philly, to talk about the Eagles, I just want to say condolences to your fantasy team. They went down to Jessica, Jessica, her second year in fantasy football, has made it to 2 championships, which is kind of crazy. So RIP to Chuck's fantasy team and all of our fantasy teams for that matter. Noah, I beat for the 5th place game. I like to mention that. And my dad, who didn't make a run this year either, but there's always a next year.
Whoa. I lost. What? I came in 6th place? 5th?
Are you bragging?
Make a run and make the
bragging
playoffs.
About that? What?
No, I'm just saying. But don't say I didn't make a run. I'm in the playoffs. I was in the playoffs.
You played me last week, and I destroyed you.
I didn't care. I rested all my guys. Like we were done. I was like, yeah, forget.
Well, you were.
I rested everybody.
Like a bye week. All right, that's fair.
And with your pedigree, Dad, I expect you to make a run every single year in fantasy playoffs. Like you're the type of manager that should be in semifinals and championships every season. So I would say this is a disappointment.
Listen, I know no one wants to hear about
the manager
my fantasy.
of your pedigree.
I'm in another league. It's $1,000. Winner gets $1,000. I'm in the semifinals. I'm up by 1 point, and the person who I'm playing against has their kicker going tonight. Like,
you're done. It's over.
Or I don't know. It's one of the teams. One of the kickers for one of the teams tonight. Whatever that team. I need that shutout from the opposing team.
And basically. You have no one going tonight. Tonight.
I'm up by less than 1 point, actually.
Is it the finals?
Semifinals. So the winner goes to the finals.
Gotcha.
So
basically, you're not going to get any part.
I think I get my $100 back if I come in third, because if I lose tonight, which I'm going to lose, then I'm playing for third place. And if I'm third place, I get my $100 back.
All right.
So here's what it is.
All right. If it makes you feel any better, Jason Myers, who's been one of the best fantasy kickers this season, only scored 2 fantasy points last week. So anything could happen, Chuck.
I guess anything can happen. We'll see what happens.
Anything can certainly happen. What was you gonna say?
No, just as for the game, as we can transition into that real quick. I don't know about you guys, but I was thinking about what Troy said last week when he had mentioned he was watching First Take, and they were saying, hey, and again, I'm paraphrasing, but they were saying, hey, no one kind of like gave Dallas grief on when they beat up on the Raiders. Why the Eagles, why are they postponing that win after shutting them out? As I'm watching the Eagles, basically they had a rough first half. I'm sure we're going to talk about, not rough, but they could have played better. I have some thoughts about the first half. But as I'm watching the game and Eagles are starting to pull away, I'm thinking to myself, they deserve to beat up on some bad teams and enjoy it and really pump their chest out. They have played one of the hardest schedules in the NFL. And now they got a couple easy games, and people are like saying, "Oh, well, it's only this team, it's only that team." You know what? I think that they deserve it. Let them celebrate. I think in life we do not celebrate enough. Let them celebrate the winning another division title back to back. I think that's huge as well. You look at, speaking of like strengths of schedule, you look at someone like, so I don't remember, we talked about at the beginning of the year that San Francisco has such an easy schedule coming into the season. They control their own destiny to be the number 1 seed. So when people talk to me about, well, hey, the Eagles only beat the Raiders and they beat the Commanders and they got the Commanders in 2 more weeks. You know what? It is what it is. They only can play the teams that are in front of them, and they should celebrate if that team's good or bad. And they're bad teams, and the Eagles are, doing what they need to do. So,
Who are the last 2 teams that San Fran has to play?
I think the Seahawks and the Chicago. Do you know? Anybody know that?
They do play Chicago. I know they play Chicago. They play Chicago
Yeah,
next week. I think.
their last 2 games are the Colts and the Bears.
Oh, Colts and the
Okay.
Bears. Okay.
Colts and Bears.
Yeah, so they control their
yeah,
destiny. They could be the number 1 seed. If they win out, they're the number 1 seed.
They have a flex game against the Seahawks, actually.
No. They play. You're right. They play the Colts tonight. So the next 2 games after this are against the Seahawks and the Bears, right?
And the Bears.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they win their
I
next 2
think they lose
games,
that
they're
Seattle game.
number 1 seed. Seattle too. If Seattle wins their next 2 games and one's against San
Right.
Francisco, they're the number 1 seed.
I
guess my point is,
seed.
the point is like San Francisco went into the season as like having like a super easy schedule. Granted, I'll give them credit; they lost a lot of players on defense, and they held it together. So I'll give them credit for that. But getting back to the Eagles, I just don't want people to poo-poo
It's too late for that.
these last 2 wins.
They're
I have some
already
concerns,
poo-pooing
but overall, I'm happy. What they did. Troy, you and I may be the only one who watched the game. What's your thoughts on the game?
I thought the first half was, I'm not going to say sloppy. It just left a lot to be desired. The offense was fine, I guess. We just kept stalling out, and then the kick game was just horrible. And listen, a lot of people may say, it's kicker or whatever. We don't really need them. Yeah, you do need them. You need extra points. You need when you have a 3rd and 15 or 4th and 15 at the 40-yard line, you want to have confidence that your kicker could come out and kick that field goal.
Yeah.
Right? I don't have the confidence in him right now.
Yeah. I
Other
agree
than
with that.
I think the offense looked better. Looked better than it did last week. Looked better than it did the week before. I like some of the play calls that they had. The run game looked better. And listen, and to your point, Chuck, about playing the Raiders, I don't care that we were playing Washington. Washington's a division game. They came out ready to play, ready to beat us, and that showed in the first, right at the kickoff, right at the start, when they forced the fumble. Right. So I didn't think it was going to be an easy game. I like the fact that we were able to, in the second half, just keep our foot on their necks, for lack of a better phrase, with the run game. Because that's not something that we saw all year long. And that's the 3rd game where Barkley's rushed over, 3rd straight game where he rushed over 100 yards.
Yeah.
Right. That's the first time this year. So I like the way they're headed. I like where they're headed. I just hope it can continue into this week against the Bills.
Let me just say, I agree with you. I like a lot of things I saw. Run game looked better. Concerned about Elliott as a kicker. But the other concern I have, and again, good win, I'll take it. And I know I've been harping on this all year. And if you guys think Chuck, you're just nitpicking, just say it. Going into half, I know you guys remember this. Troy, I don't know how much between like working at slot machines and watching a game. Do you remember that?
Can I just say it?
Yeah,
I watched the whole game. I don't know where this idea of me not watching the game.
I thought you said you didn't watch it.
I said I haven't
that
watched
was weird. I was thinking to myself, Did no one watch it too?
I said I haven't been watching the Sixers recently.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Noah.
No. Go ahead.
Well, good. I want your take on this too, Noah. You probably moving more than Troy because Troy was at the blackjack table with
Craps.
watching craps my bad and watching the game at the same time. So Eagles get the ball, a little over 2 minutes left in the first half. They are the mindset of being so passive when you go into halftime drives me crazy. You're still allowed to score a touchdown before the half. It's still a thing. They run one. I think they run one play. No, correct me if I'm wrong. They run one play, and instead of running another play before the 2-minute warning, they just let the clock run out the 2-minute warning. They were playing for a field goal, basically. So they get in like what they thought was Elliott's range a little bit. Again, just kind of like you can tell the way they were like running the offense. They just were playing for a field goal. They get in his range. He misses the field goal, but they get the penalty. Then they run that go route to Zavante or AJ on the left side. I don't remember who it was. That didn't work, and then they missed another field goal. It was just that mindset of like not attacking. Over 2 minutes to go in the first half, and they were playing for a field goal. That drives me crazy.
Now, do you think it was?
I'm not even describing it well. Like letting the clock run out with 2 minutes, like for the 2-minute warning, just because they don't want like the Commanders to have extra time if they don't score. Like,
correct.
Who are the freaking Commanders?
Well, but they've been playing that way all year against every single team.
Crazy.
Whether I don't know if they're playing for a field goal necessarily. I just
they were playing for a field goal.
I don't think they want the other team to get the ball with any time left. Why? I don't know why, because the best part of our team is the defense. So you know what? I would leave it in their hands.
Yeah.
With 30, 40 seconds left. And I like to your point, I would go all out. 2 minutes, under 2 minutes, I'm going all out. Right? If we don't get it and we have to kick the ball off to the other team or turnovers to the other team, our defense can stop it. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I
have more confidence in them than the offense.
Yeah, I'm gonna challenge you guys to really watch them when just before the half of every game. If they have the ball, they are so, taking their time, running down the clock, making sure that the team, if they have to punt it away, that the team doesn't have enough time. It's so passive.
Now that was not the case under Steichen. I can't remember if it was the case under Brian Johnson or Kellen Moore. So I guess my point is, I don't know if that's necessarily Sirianni, because he seems to be a little more aggressive on the aggressive side overall than a lot of coaches. So maybe that could be the offensive coordinator saying, I don't want to push the envelope here.
Maybe.
And Sirianni's letting them do that.
Yeah, I have some takes on Sirianni after watching the Hard Knocks. We'll get to that, but yeah, you might be right, Troy. No, what about you? What any takes?
I didn't. I noticed I have to do that all the time too. Like I'll be like texting my friends like during the Eagles games, and I'll say like we'll get the ball with like a couple minutes left before half, and I'd be like, we're not even gonna like try and score here. We're just gonna concede.
They don't even try. They don't even try.
It happens all the time. And like I also didn't like the attempts of like it was like 4th and 1, and like they're trying to like get the guys to jump off sides, and they go in like shotgun and then like act like they're going to run a play.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, right.
They did that too.
Like nobody. First of all, why are we? First of all, why are we not going for it right there? It's like 4th and 1, and instead of going like tush push to get him like to jump off, which like probably would work, even though I hate the tush push. And I kept getting happy every time when Saquon was like down at the 1 and they tried to like tush push in, and then we got like the the false start or whatever, I was happy that we did so that I didn't have to see that. I'm not gonna lie. It's getting to that point.
Yeah.
Like I just know
Just
I
the-
still don't like some of these situational calls that like we have. Like, and it's very passive and just like I don't know. I don't know why it's still a thing. I don't know.
Yeah. So
And
I'm
you were talking about like the first half. I didn't think that they played bad in the first half. I thought like they made it down the field. They had a couple good drives, and then we missed like 2 kicks in the first half. I think
Yeah.
that was really just a big issue there. Like I didn't hate what we were doing on offense. There's still a couple
Yeah, like-
penalties every now and then, but I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, this good point, Noah. This a couple things. Just like the situational play calling that Noah had mentioned. They had a 3rd and 10. What quarter was that? They ran a they ran a screen for Will Shipley. I can't take those plays anymore. And again, I know I'm complaining, but it's just the mindset. I thought we were past that. Like it
No,
wasn't like
you
a
were
check down.
past it.
It wasn't a check down. It was a play. They called it from the sidelines. In Jalen Hurts' helmet. He told the players, and they ran that play. Will Shipley was gonna, and they got nothing out of it. I can't. It's that mindset that's just gonna drive me crazy. And I'm hoping. I know we're gonna talk about if they should play out the last 2 games, but I'm hoping they really correct those things because they were paying bad teams. That type of mindset won't win against good teams.
I actually liked Will Shipley out of the backfield in the
I
beginning
love
of the year.
Will. He's fine. He's fine, even though he fumbled on the opening kickoff. He's
No,
fine.
I'm saying I liked him receiving passes out of the backfield in the beginning of the year. Like I thought he looked pretty good doing
Yeah.
that. But
I suppose. I mean, I guess the problem is the Eagles haven't been a good screen team all year. If you're going to run a screen, do it with Devontae, do it with AJ, do it with Saquon. Oh, even Goddard. I get it. But they're not a good screen team, and they're running a Will Shipley. It just drives me crazy. So, however,
Just-
to Troy's point, overall, I thought the team looked better, and I was encouraged. Is this those mindset things that are just still kind of lurking around? It's annoying me.
we picking up on like the screens thing. I just hate like who we use on. Like I've never seen us use AJ Brown on the screen,
Nope.
and I also hate how AJ Brown blocks on screens. Like I feel like every time they throw like a swing to like every now and then they'll throw like a swing to Devontae, and it feels like AJ misses his block every single time, or he just doesn't block the guy, or like they'll run it and they won't even have enough men to block for it over there, but they'll still run it over there. It's weird. And I feel like they always choose like the weirdest people to run screens for. Like I remember we were running screens for like John Mechie and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's like I don't know.
Maybe
like
they're
you're
trying to catch the other team off guard.
I just
I
don't
think
like the
that's a-
personnel. I just don't like the personnel.
I-
used a lot.
Chuck, I think that's a great point. I think that's exactly it. They're trying to catch the other teams off guard. But dude, just put the ball in the hands of your best players.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
Stop trying to play cute and just run over them. You're more talented. Just put the ball in the hands of your best players and let them go to town.
Yeah.
I don't know. Coaches always try to be geniuses when you're a football coach. You're not a genius. But
What do you guys think of the going for 2 at the end of the game?
I thought that was the right call.
Did you? Okay.
Like when they went for 2, I didn't think, oh, they're trying to rub their noses in it or anything like that. I just thought that was the right call.
Is there
because
some
what-
kind
what
of
do you want?
analytics I don't know about, but that was the right, like going up
That made it a 19-point game.
19-point game. But it would, even at an 18-point game, it would have been 2 touchdowns with 2 conversions and then another field goal in 4 minutes. They would with
Well, and
Josh,
that would have and that would have
Josh
and that would
Johnson
have
as a
made
quarterback.
and that would have made it what?
17-point game if they were to kick the extra point.
So So two, no. It would have been
Oh no, it's 18.
it would have been an 18-point game. So the Commanders would have to had 2 touchdowns, and this is 4 minutes with Josh Johnson at quarterback. Troy,
Mhm.
There's
2
no
touchdowns, two 2-point conversions, and to win the game, they would need to kick a field goal. So in 4.5 minutes,
If
with
they
that
kicked the field
quarterback,
goal, if they kicked the field goal, would they have
they
tied
would
the
have won.
game?
No, they would have won the game.
No. I'm talking about. You're talking about without the 2-point conversion or with 2-point conversion.
No, what I'm saying is if they went up 18
It was an 18
with
point game or
kicking
19 point game.
kicking the extra point, if they went up 18 kicking the extra
When-
point, the Commanders would have had to score in 4.5 minutes, had to score 2 touchdowns with 2-point conversions. They still would have been down 1 or down
Right, that's
down
6.
2,
No, they would have been down
whatever. My
2.
math is
So
they would have been down 2.
if you go for 2, now you're down 3. That field goal ties it.
Troy, are they doing
obviously,
that?
yeah.
I understand. No, Chuck, I understand, but like the
Not-
analytics, that's he's just looking at his analytical book.
So then, by that
As
logic, you go
stupid-
for 2 after every
As
touchdown.
stupid as it may seem, and as far fetched as it may seem, that
I
they're
understand
not
this.
going to do all of that stuff. I've seen crazy things happen,
Sure.
right?
That
I know-
quarterback is
Chuck,
scoring
I got you.
on our defense.
I got you. All right.
Can I say something?
kinda get it.
let's say
That's a good point,
he's,
Dad.
let's say he's going for. Let's say they're playing against the Bills this week, and they're in the same situation, and the Bills are known to
We have
come
that
back.
potential. Yeah.
They have the potential to come back. So you know what?
Yeah.
Let's run this. I don't care who we're playing against. Let's run it to make sure we can get it done. We know what we have to do. If we get in this situation again, we're going to run it again. We're going to do this again.
And it's like the risk is worth the risk is worth the reward is worth the risk
worth the risk.
because you're up 17 points already. So I kind of do
Again,
understand
and
that.
you're not going to, you're not going to need it, but let's just, this is how we practice. Let's just put the practice in motion right now.
I
So,
just find it interesting.
that's
And
how I see it.
I know you want to make a point, but I just find it interesting where he's aggressive at. Like that's the moment he's going to be aggressive. He could have been aggressive with 2.5 minutes left in the first half and did something then. But with that quarterback. Now, if Jaden Daniels was playing, I'd be like, okay. But that quarterback is going to score on all our defense 2 touchdowns, 2-point conversions, and a field goal in 4.5 minutes.
Chuck, I don't
Okay.
care. I don't care what quarterback is playing. Like,
All right. I just
if
find it
this is what
weird
you
where
need
he
to do,
where
then
he
you go do it. Right? Like, you
I just
don't take
find
your
it-
foot off. That's basically taking your foot off the gas because
but
of
he
who's on
he's
the
not
other side of the
consistent.
field.
He's not consistent with being aggressive. That's my if he was aggressive all the time, he said, you know what, I'm gonna like the Detroit coach, who's I know Detroit's out of the playoffs. That guy's aggressive all the time. It makes sense. Sirianni is just
He gets,
oh my
Listen,
God.
but every coach has that game plan of when and when not to go for 2. And basically the game plan said go for 2 in this situation. Okay,
That-
we're going for 2. It doesn't matter
oh, and
who the quarterback is.
well, I just disagree with it. And also, I think he put his players in a bad position. Like
Why
just
do you
like
hate Sirianni so much?
I don't hate him. I hate just if you're gonna be aggressive all the time.
so you want
No,
him to
what-
be Dan
hey, no,
Campbell
Why?
No, what were you gonna say?
because we saw that last year when he was going for it on 4th down. We were killing him for it, and then he changed.
Who, Sirianni?
Yeah, remember that Saints
Um,
game? They weren't using Jake. They kept going for it on 4th down. He was pretty much
Oh,
coaching
yeah.
like Dan Campbell, and we were killing him for it.
He wasn't using Jake at all. Like not at all, but much early in the season last year.
He won
He
a Super Bowl.
He
so
did
I
go
can't-
for it a
I
little
can't-
bit more than
I
usual.
can't.
I guess he had good
can't
reasons to
stand
not
that fella.
go with Jake, as we've seen recently.
That's a better excuse. If he said, "Listen, my kicker's not doing well or he might be injured, so I went for 2. That makes more sense to me than let's be aggressive and go up 18 with the worst quarterback in the NFL against the best defense in the NFL. He's going to score 2 touchdowns with extra points 2 points conversions and a field goal. No, I'm sorry. What were we going to say, Noah?
I forgot.
Oh my God, we're on a podcast.
No, I don't know. I was gonna say, I don't care about the analytics or none of that. Like, just like if you don't want us to go for 2, then stop us from I don't know.
Okay.
I always think it's soft. I always think it's soft when like teams get mad and coaches get upset. Like when people like run up the score. Like maybe you should just like get a little better.
Need some
and, like,
defense.
You don't have to worry about that.
Then say that. That makes more sense to me. He was doing this math. My head was hurting when he was talking about it.
If the Eagles were getting blown out and his team running up the score and us, I would be like, dang, why are they running up the score? I would be more mad at my team for letting that happen to them.
Correct.
Yeah.
And so, maybe he wanted to make up. Maybe he just wanted to make up some points for all the field goals that we missed earlier in the game. I don't know.
Math wasn't math.
Did he have in the game?
What?
But
what'd you say, Chuck?
That was Drew.
Oh, what'd you say, Drew?
No, yeah, Troy. When you were talking about the success of the offense, do you think it still lacks some of the diversity, like as in contrast to the last game? We didn't see Jalen run much as opposed to the last game. He was very throw heavy. He's successful with it, but like we've seen him run. He's more versatile, I think, than we give him credit for. And I think we're still seeing that thing that where we're talking about again. The defense is brought up on every subject when we on the podcast. He was very throw heavy and running much himself. We had Barkley, get able to score on the shotgun, but I mean, do you think that's going to be something to be concerned about, especially with the Bills?
It's still concerning. Drew, it's a good point. The past couple of weeks, he's run a lot more than he has early in the year. The game, I don't remember too many design runs last week against Washington, but he did get out of the pocket and take advantage of, the open space a little more than, and listen, some of the runs that he tried, like they went nowhere. But it seems to be the Eagles seem to be making a concerted effort to get him more involved in the run game. Just a little bit more. I still want to see more of it. If you're going to do that RPO, you're going to do the RPO. Jalen, a lot of times, he gives it up to Barkley. Sometimes you got to keep it in the run just to keep the defense honest. Even if you get 2 yards out of it, do it more. Don't do it once per quarter. Do it a couple times per quarter, just to keep the defense honest. Make them guess. Don't make it so easy for the defense. So, that's a good point. It's a fair point.
Yeah, it's just because I feel like not just the Eagles, but I feel like a lot of teams just give up a lot of yards for not doing a lot more running plays, especially on the quarterback side. And I think Jalen Hurts, if he utilized that more, we'd be able to get more yardage and get more coverage. And then our offense wouldn't be so, be quick to critique,
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Kobe, I didn't get to hear your take last week. Maybe I did or not. I don't remember. We can kind of transition into, they're probably going to lock in at the 3rd seed. They got a chance for a 2 seed. Chicago needs to lose twice. We need to win out our last 2 games.
Oh yeah, because
they're not getting a bye.
The tiebreaker. That's right.
What's that?
Because they have the tiebreaker. Yeah, they need to lose 2, and we need to.
Yeah. So they're not going to have a bye for the players. I guess my question is what would you look for one of these weeks to it's probably the last week when they were playing Commanders. Do they have a chance to get the 2 seed? Let's say they beat the Bills. Right. Chicago beats whoever they're playing. Would you go for the 2 seed, or would you try to rest your players if you have the 3rd seed locked up?
You mean if Chicago loses?
No, I'm saying you're going into the last game of the season against the Commanders
Right.
with a chance to get the 2 seed if you win and Chicago loses. Would you go for it, or would you know what? We're not getting a bye week. Lane Johnson needs another week.
Lane Johnson's ready to come back now. They're not letting him, but he was ready to
Okay,
play
well,
this
I guess
week.
my point is like, would
But I hear
you
what you're
try to
saying,
rush your
right.
players that last week, or would you go for the 2 seed?
I would go for the
Okay.
2 seed personally.
I
If
think
your
I
guys
would
are
do that.
healthy, you play. I wouldn't try to play scared. Because in the playoffs, that could mean if you match up against the 3rd seed, you get home. Like that could be the difference between going on the road and the divisional round or the championship versus playing at home. So that's
Yeah.
a big deal to me personally. I would go for it if you have that opportunity.
Are both games
Yeah.
at 1:00?
I don't know, Troy. That's a good question. If
me
they're
check.
not, they should do it that way. They should rearrange the schedule to do that. But they probably won't make the decision until after this week of games.
Right.
Well, they should play. Well, they should play the same time today this week too, because let's say the Eagles lose, Chicago's like, well, we won. We got the 2nd seed. Let's not play. So I think they should all play at the same time. But Colby, I do agree with you that they probably should go for it. They were the number 2 seed last year, but they did rest their players the last game of the season. I think it was against the Giants, I think. And they just won't have an opportunity. They're going to be playing the whole way out, which is a little unfortunate. But they dug that hole for themselves, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
No, what do you think?
I think they should try to get to the 2 seed. I don't know. I want the players to be ready for the playoffs as well. I don't really think they need like a week off or anything. They haven't really. I don't want to say they haven't earned that, but like I think they should be trying to play their best football going into the playoffs.
Yeah, they dug this hole there, and they're going to dig themselves out of it, and unfortunately, they're going to play out the string. So,
The last time we played the Bills was that shootout in 2023, right before the collapse,
yeah,
wasn't it?
So
yeah.
Did
so
we
we
play them last
played
year?
Buffalo. Yeah, we played Buffalo at 4:25. Chicago plays San Fran at 8:00. It's 8
Oh,
o'clock.
really?
Yeah.
So,
Most likely
yeah.
the Eagles are going to play. They're playing against Buffalo. There's a good chance that. Well, no, I think Josh Allen. I know he's hurt, but he's going to play. But we don't know how effective he's going to be. We don't know what their situation looks like. They may pull him if he doesn't look good. So the
yeah,
Eagles have to be all in against Buffalo at this point.
yeah. It's weird because it's going to be strength against strength and weakness against weakness. Their offense against our defense, and then our offense, which is our weakest point, against their very, very suspect defense. I think there's a chance, though. I mean, I don't know. I heard the weather's going to be a little, I think it's going to
Gonna be
be
a little
freezing
dicey.
rain and some slush. Yeah, no snow, but
Dicey.
like, just enough to like F things up. But the Eagles have a chance. I think their offense is better than than how bad the Buffalo defense is. And I think
Yeah,
their
that's fair.
offense and our defense is somewhat of a wash, a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, but and I think the Eagles, because they have the division, I think they might be a little less pressure on themselves, so they might be able to, maybe they'll take a few more chances. We'll see what happens. Maybe they'll try to score at the end of the at the end of the first half, we'll see what happens.
And
Maybe they won't.
there's no time for the games last week of the season. No one knows when they're playing. So
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's smart.
yeah,
Yeah, that's smart. Good.
Yeah, we'll see if they'll drive you crazy again with 2-point conversion in next week's game, Chuck. But moving on into Drew's pop culture update, gentlemen, on this episode. Drew, what do you got for us today?
So we're gonna, I guess, reflect back on Dad's discussion regarding Nikki Bella and Cooper DeJean and what was going on. So just a recap: Nikki Bella is a former or still current WWE superstar. Cooper DeJean with the Eagles. Apparently, she was hanging out with him. During what was it, the game with the freaking Chargers?
no, I think it was the
Yeah.
game before.
Okay. The Chargers. We fought it was the Chargers and the Bears. Right. Well, she has her own podcast, and she had made some comments about the whole discussion. And she's not in a relationship with the man. She's not in the relationship. There's no dating. What do you call it? Oh,
There's
She was just
no
there.
friends with benefits or anything like that.
yeah, nothing. At least nothing on screen. At least from her account. So
Are you
And I-
happy now?
part of-
Because
yeah, I know,
You were getting
yeah.
upset. Yeah, you were getting
Nothing on
upset
screen
last
is
week.
good.
I did not want Cooper DeJean focusing on the wrong ring. That's all. Focus on the Super Bowl ring. I
Hold on.
understand.
But he
That's
can't have
that's
any
the deep.
fun.
You thought he was gonna
That-
marry Nikki Bella, Drew?
That's
That's
what
what
Dad.
he's
I
not
don't know.
allowed
Dad
to-
was making it a deeper thing than it really is.
I just wanted a deeper.
So
That's
this-
the deep dive that we got.
What
I wanted
else is there
something-
to say? What did you want to
Have-
say? That
Have
she
they had
was-
lunch together? Was
No,
there
they
like
haven't. They had a selfie, I think, at a club.
Let me
And
Can I
they,
get something
she was there at
straight?
a game. That was it.
So that's the
Can I
whole.
get something
That's the whole
straight?
point.
So-
of the,
So
There's
this
nothing else to say.
22-year-old football player with a head full of hair is not allowed to have fun. Drew,
I'm not saying he's not allowed to have fun. I believe she's open to dating, but she's not
What?
dating him.
Troy? if
Maybe
he
it's
was
because
bald-
of the age gap. Maybe it's because he may not be interested. He's a Super Bowl champ. He has the
Troy.
right to be like, you know what? She's pretty. She's very beautiful. She's a very talented person. It's like,
Troy,
maybe I want
Troy.
someone else. I
Yes.
don't know.
A
Yeah,
the head full of hair
22-year-old
the head
Troy.
full of hair does a lot for you, huh, Dad?
Troy,
It don't.
the hair had nothing to do with it. If he was bald, a 22-year-old football player,
What is Super Bowl?
He'll-
ring?
he'll have a lot of
just
fun.
looking at him though. Look, his hair is great. So I'm just saying
His hair's okay.
he's not allowed to have fun. He's not allowed to have fun.
I'm not
with that.
saying he's not allowed to have fun. I'm just saying he needs to
Okay.
focus. That's all I'm saying. I'm not
If he
opposed to
gets his
having
work
fun.
done, if he gets his work done during the week, and he has
Exactly.
3 hours to kill, he can't kill those 3 hours. Okay, I hear what you're saying. You're
he had a-
wrong,
he
but
had
I
a-
hear what you're saying.
he had a INT. Like he did
So
work.
what do you call it? So let
Right.
me explain why she's a fan. Because her grandfather came from Italy, moved to Philly, I believe in South Philly, right? And that's how they
Sounds
got
about
exposed to the Eagles. That's it. So it was
That's
just Eagles
information I
everything.
need. You should have led with that. You should gave her history, how she became an Eagles fan, how they were introduced, whatever. That's the dive I wanted.
Do you know she
That makes
also
sense
has
to
a
me. I
twin?
didn't know that.
Do you know she's also a twin?
No. So
Yeah, there are two of them.
I was going to say something, but my sons are on the podcast, so I'm not going to say.
Yeah, I was about to say something too. All right, we can go.
Thinking about
So-
that
Wait,
Austin
wait.
Powers scene.
Spoken by married men.
That's right.
And their wives are probably
There-
listening.
there-
And their
hold up.
mothers. And their mothers.
There's two of hers.
Yes,
there
there
are
are
two of this Nikki chick.
Yes, there's Nikki and then there's
Yeah,
That would
Bray.
be a problem. That's a
Yeah,
problem.
he's having his fun. Troy. He'll be right. Hair or no hair.
Yeah, I
And
hope
their
so.
twin
I
and her
hope so.
twin sister's married, so it's like, so whatever
Mm.
thoughts, they not there.
That
man.
was the most shallow deep dive I've ever dove into.
I think.
Drew, I want something deeper next time.
Yeah. Okay, Pop.
Drew,
You
sound like
should have
got
led
some
with the
work
twin.
to
I know
do.
you should have led with the twin. Led with the dad from Italy.
You either know or you. How do you not know? And you know what?
I have no idea. I don't know if she is.
All right, I gotta remember. You don't know. You don't. It's okay. You don't know.
Your dad is 55 years old. Why
56
would
years
he know
old.
that?
And I had no
56.
idea.
Damn. Listen, I'm trying to give
I'm
you an extra
old,
year. Take
dude.
it.
I know no one knows she's a twin. I know.
You
no
know
one
she was
knows.
twin, Noah?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know. Troy, did you know she was a twin?
No, Noah, did you have a problem if he was dating her? You have a problem with that? Noah?
I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't mind either.
She got a twin too? I definitely don't mind it.
More power to
I'm
Cooper
grossing my
G.
sons out.
Yeah. You were. I don't know what you wanted. You
I wanted a deeper dive.
I'm sure you
Where
wanted
she
to
grew up.
Oh my god.
Like, who's her
What-
favorite Eagle, all-time Eagle?
Who's her? What's her favorite?
Was she at the
pro
parade?
starter? What else?
Like, I
What
want to know all of it.
So Drew,
We'll
in
cover
other
that.
words, you need to do a one-on-one interview with Nikki Bella. The next
Well,
time you're
she's
gonna
a-
bring
well,
her
she
on
is
the-
always-
on the
She has a
She,
podcast. Maybe
her
we can get her
sister,
on here.
and
Can we get her on here?
anyone, they are open to joining the podcast.
You make
with
that
open
happen, Drew.
arms.
Drew, you gotta make
I'll
it
do
happen.
what I can.
You do.
I'll do what I can.
All right. While Drew pulls his strings to get Nikki Bella on the show, we're gonna kick it to his brother Noah on the next part of this podcast, where we will talk about the injury updates on the Eagles. Noah, what do you have as far as updates on injuries and what it could possibly mean for next week against the Bills?
I'm pretty sure Lane and Jalen Carter are supposed to be available for the Bills, but I don't see why they are playing or should be playing in that game. I feel like it's kind of
Have you
rushed.
heard reports or you're speculating?
I've heard reports that they're
Okay.
gonna be back. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Hold on. How about Nakobe? Have you heard anything about him?
No. Nothing.
Um,
I heard it wasn't serious, but I didn't hear anything else.
I just know Lane Johnson. He's been ready to come back for the last week or so, and the Eagles are just keeping him on the shelf for good reason. He's up there in age. I don't mind not seeing him play as long as the offensive line is still. They've been playing better too. The offensive line has played better. I got to give them credit. So as long as they're playing better, I'm fine with resting him until the playoffs. I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but my wife and I were in Atlanta during the Eagle Falcon game 2 years ago. It was the first game of the season. Well, no, not 2 years ago, 3 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago. I can't
I
remember.
think it was
I'm
3
sorry.
years
It
ago.
was
Was
5 years
Smitty's-
ago. It was
For Smitty's first game?
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. When
Yeah.
he scored.
And we're at a restaurant, and my wife has on an Eagle dress, and these two ladies walk up to her like, "Oh, like there's a lot of Eagle fans down there. Oh, you're Eagle fans?" And we're talking to them, and one of the ladies said, "Do you guys know who number 65 is?" We're like, "Yeah, of course, it's Lane Johnson." And she turns to the other lady and is like, "That's his mother, and I'm his aunt."
Oh,
And
that's
they
awesome.
sat and they talked to us for like 20 minutes. They were the nicest ladies. Lane Johnson's mom is probably all of 5'0" nothing. I'm like, how did you have that kid? She was like, it was pretty hard. She was like, it was difficult. But they were so nice, and they actually invited us to hang out with them like after the game, like with the family and everything. But like we didn't do it. Totally forgot about it. Told my wife afterwards, and she basically smacked me around a little bit for being stupid. But yeah, they were great. They were awesome, and basically that's how I know that Lane Johnson wanted to come back for the past couple of weeks because we keep in contact, text messages, all that stuff. Good stuff. It's great.
How did you
Wait,
forget
hold on.
that?
And how did you have a connection with Lane Johnson? And you've been holding
And
that?
I don't. I'm joking. I'm joking about the text messages, but we did meet them, and they were great, and they did invite us out.
Oh, okay.
It was my birthday
Alright.
weekend, dude. I'm down in Atlanta.
It was a
It's like,
birthday weekend.
Can I just say?
I don't think I was sober for more than 5 minutes.
Can I just say? When I watched that Atlanta game that year, like that's when I knew like we had something special. That game.
That was a beautiful game.
That was a lovely
It
game.
was a good time. It was a good time.
Jalen Hurts multiple touchdowns. Miles
Smitty
Sanders got
touchdown
one.
on his first catch ever. We
Yep.
were like, I was finally saved from like Nelson Aguilar
Carson
my
Wentz.
and Greg Ward being my wide receiver one.
Jalen Rager.
And it
Was he?
and it
He might have
goes
been on the squad.
of
Yeah, he was.
and it
Jalen
goes to
what?
Justin Jefferson and DK Metcalf, who should have been on our team, right? So
We're doing okay then.
yeah, we're doing fine now.
So no, do you have an update on so you don't have nothing on Nakobe? How about let's just switch sports real quick. How about Embiid? What about Kelly Oubre? Anything?
Who knows about Embiid, really?
That's your boy. I feel like I can't say anything bad about Embiid because you're gonna like give me the silent treatment for like 3
What?
days.
What are you talking about? I let you guys talk about Embiid all the time. Like I'm not delusional anymore.
All right, we'll get to him in a second.
I don't
But
know.
no update on him.
No, I don't. I heard Kelly
Kelly
Oubre.
Oubre.
I heard he was practicing. I don't know what that means.
What about Watford?
I haven't heard anything. No.
This is the worst injury report update I've ever heard.
Listen, but like that's tough. You ask him about the Eagles, he can give you some answers. You ask him about the Sixers, no one knows.
Yeah, who knows anything
No,
about
No
the
one's
Sixers?
known for like the last 15 years
Troy,
about the
we had
about the
dinner.
Sixers and
We
their
had dinner.
injuries.
I was prepping him for dinner at dinner time. This is not like
But still,
one-off.
like he could. I'm sure he scoured the internet for 20 hours. He couldn't find
Oh, dude.
anything because there's nothing out there because they don't say anything. It's the
Let me ask you a
Sixers'
question
fault.
about that, Troy.
It's not Noah's fault. Leave Noah alone. Yeah.
What you've mentioned that before. The Sixers don't give a lot of information, but let's say they were super transparent. They broke every HIPAA law, and they told us everything that was wrong with Embiid. Do you think he would come back any faster? What?
No, I don't. I don't. I really don't.
I don't know. Like,
they're not going to break any, but they don't have to break a HIPAA law. All they have to do is say he's injured. He's going to be out for the next 5 games. This is his problem. And let's move
you're
on.
right. They could say that, but I don't think he's still going to be out. It doesn't. Are you saying like for the fans who play tickets to go see him play?
Yes.
Okay.
Like
Okay,
it would
that's
be nice. And again for his teammates. I don't know what the communication is with the teammates.
Okay.
There are some cases in previous years where I think it was last year where they didn't know, not last year, maybe previous years, but they didn't know when or if he was playing until game time decision. Right? It's the reason why the Sixers get fined so often because all right, yeah, Embiid's out, and then all of a sudden he plays.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's like, oh, I feel like playing today, so I'm going to play. The Sixers get
Do you
fined
think
for it.
he's also saying, I'm injured today. I do not want you to say anything to the media about what's wrong with me.
I do.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. Absolutely.
I do. But again, I still put it back into the laps of the Sixers because They can say, no, that's not how we operate here. This is how we operate here. Pat Riley and the Miami Heat are not doing that. You're not going to
Yeah.
tell Pat Riley like what's going to happen when it comes to stuff like that.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
Right.
feel
And the
like-
Sixers allowed this.
I agree.
Yeah, for the longest time, it's felt like we've kind of deferred to the mood and to the desires of Embiid in a way when it comes to his
Not just
injuries
him.
and his
Ben Simmons
I
when he
agree.
was here too.
yeah.
Mm.
Ben Simmons when he was here too. They just
And
they
I
just
think
let
you're
him
right.
run. They let
If
him run amok.
if someone like Pat Riley was in office, that sort of thing obviously would not happen.
No, it's not happening. It's good leadership.
No,
You can say what you want about Pat Riley, but he's a good leader.
yeah, I agree.
I don't know if we have that here with the Sixers.
I
Maybe
think
we
it's
will when I run the team, but
I think it's so entrenched right now in the way they treat Embiid. It's hard to
Correct.
like.
it's hard to
You
go
know-
back. You can't put the worms back into the can. You literally can't say no, Embiid. This is how we're going to do things now.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember like when I used to run stores back in the day, and when I was a young manager,
Those are-
I remember a manager telling
Those
me
were
one
great.
day,
Those were great times,
great times.
especially around Christmas.
Yeah. And a manager told me when he was training me, he said, "Listen, it's easier to go from hard to easy than to start out easy and then go hard." And I remembered that. It's important. I think that's what the Sixers' mistake is. They went too easy on Embiid, and now it's hard to go like hard at him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If they would have started
Great
out
point.
like Pat Riley, hard, and then kind of like went easy, it's just a more natural transition.
It's a
Or
great point.
they already set the expectations, and he just needs to follow it. But they started out at a bad point. And it's I'm not Maury could have changed that. He could have came in hard. Now, granted, he had a
I don't
difficult
think so.
situation with Ben. He had a difficult situation with Ben, but he could have came in and said,
Chuck, you know
"Listen,
what it
I don't
is?
know what you did before, but this is how we're going to do it now."
Chuck, you know what it is though? Pat Riley is uh, the last of a dying breed. He's truly old school, right? So he's not used to dealing with kids who play AAU basketball and are catered to by all of these coaches and sneak companies, and like these kids are growing up differently than when he was coming up as a coach and the way he grew up. So he played for Adolph Rupp. Like he's going to be hardcore no matter what. And I think that's the difference. He like, and listen, there may be a lot of players in Miami, I don't know, that want to leave, not leave Miami, but wouldn't mind if Pat Riley retired right now because of how hardcore he is.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, they don't know how good they have it.
Yeah.
With him.
So, just last thing about Pat Riley, Troy, perfect point. They probably don't know how good they have it, but because he's so hard, you would think that players will like this flock to Miami. No state tax, beautiful weather, beautiful women.
Nope.
But they don't go there.
No,
They don't go there
they
at all.
know how hard he is.
Yep.
And they're, like I just said, they've come up in the AAU world where they're being catered to. They want to be catered to when they get to an NBA team also. Right? He's not going to cater to you. He didn't cater to Shaq. He probably catered to LeBron to a certain extent and Wade to a certain extent, right? But still, Wade, it was time for him to get a new contract. Wade, he left.
Yep.
He left, right? And he goes
Yep.
to Chicago and doesn't play as well. He goes to Cleveland, doesn't play as well. Yeah, I'm going back to Miami.
Come back to Miami. Yep.
Like, he probably realized, like, this is where I have it good. Even though I have to work twice as hard, I'd rather be here working twice as hard than anywhere else than just dealing with bullshit.
Yeah, but there's like, Giannis wants to get, it's rumors Giannis wants to get traded, but
Mhm.
you don't hear Miami like really the place he wants to go to. And I know he's a hard worker and everything, but is this maybe his
Well,
agent
well,
telling him
right,
this is probably not a place for you?
probably not. I like to say he goes to Miami. I don't think they like who are they going to give up for him? They're not going to win. Him going to Miami is the same way as him staying in Milwaukee. Like he needs to go. And listen, I'll be honest with you. If I'm Giannis, I'm going to the Spurs. But I've been watching the Spurs. I watched them in the Cup. I don't know if I'm the Spurs. I don't know if I take Giannis. I'm not giving up Castle. I'm not giving up Vassell. Obviously, you're not giving up Wimby. The person that I would give up is Harrison Barnes and
Harper.
I don't know, Champagne. No, I'm not giving up Harper. I'm giving up Harrison
You
Barnes.
got it
I'm giving
though.
up De'Aaron Fox. I'm giving up De'Aaron Fox. I'm
You're
not giving
not
up
taking
Harper.
that. They're washed,
Exactly.
both of them.
Exactly. If I am the Spurs, I am
De'Aaron
not
Fox
giving
is
up
not
any
washed.
of those young players that's going to play with Wimby for the next 4 to 5 years. I can't do it. I watching them play, love that team. I love that team. I'm not
That's like
doing
one
it.
of the fantasy trades you like try to give us.
What? What the I give you? I don't listen. First and foremost, I don't
Champagne and
need
Harrison Barnes
first and foremost, I'm still undefeated. I'm blowing everyone out by like 200 points in every game,
Oh, that's
every matchup. I don't.
you just
I
lost
don't-
to me.
I don't
You
need
just
trades.
you just lost to me. I just beat you. You're not
Yeah,
undefeated.
Kobe. Say it with your
When?
chest, Kobe.
No, you didn't. You lost.
You lost.
lost?
Check the standings. You're
What was the
7-1.
score?
You
What
lost
was
your
the
first
score?
game to me. How about that? How about them apples?
What's your record? What's your record?
You like
son?
apples? You like apples?
Pink ladies. Yeah. Make sure it's a pink lady.
Pause.
How about them?
Let
about
me see it.
It was close.
No, show me
you put
last
up a good
week's.
fight. You put up a good
Show
fight.
me
but
last week's.
I think you played me last week. You blew me out.
Wemby got you.
Wemby got me. All right. Well, I stand corrected. I'm still going to win this league. So, what kind would you like, son? Would you like a peanut butter or chocolate chip? Chocolate chip oatmeal. What kind of cookie would you like for beating? Just one week.
All the above. Give me all the above.
Okay.
You know I like to eat.
Okay. All right. Enjoy your cookie.
Look, Troy.
He beat me. It's a good win. It's a good win.
It's a great win. Great win. Knocking off the 7-0 undefeated Lamar Mundane.
Yeah.
Speaking of ice cream, I'm sure Chuck's had a bunch of ice cream watching Hard Knocks. He might have a few things to say in regards to Eagles being on Hard Knocks and him catching up on that recently. Chuck, what do you have to say about what you've seen so far on that show?
No, I know tons of editing is going on. You're only going to see what like the teams want you to see. Like even with our podcast, I edit the podcast. If I say something stupid, I'm going to edit it out. Sorry. So I get that when I'm watching this, but just a couple of observations. One, and I know this is like, the water is wet, but football coaches curse a lot. I'm like, oh my God. Like even when they're praying, they're cursing. I'm like, gosh.
What?
A lot of cursing. But just from the players. One, I was really like pleasantly surprised watching Jalen. So the second episode, they were in the week when the Eagles played the Chargers. And Jalen had 4 interceptions, and 5 turnovers.
Yeah.
He was so accountable on the sidelines, going up to the players. You know how sometimes the quarterback goes to the bench and he's like dapping up the offensive lineman. He was doing that and said, guys, that's my fault. That was a stupid mistake. Every turnover he made, he was like apologizing. Anybody watch it? Like it was just super interesting. Like he just held himself accountable. And It's just stuff I don't see. Usually when they when they
Yeah.
go to him on the bench, he's just kind of sitting there, like sitting there, like not talking to anybody. No one's around him. He was super vocal, super like just apologetic about what he did. That was a dumb play by me. That won't happen again, guys. I'm sorry. Blah 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 blah. We'll get him next time. I was like blown away by that. Like it was really really interesting. Check it out. It was episode 2. He was doing that. It was really really good.
That's such a good point. That's such a good point. Anytime they show him on the sideline, he's not talking to anybody. And
Not talking to
it
anybody.
made me think that I know we talked about it on an episode that he and Kevin Patullo didn't talk to each other after like offensive drives and possessions. They didn't say a word to each other because they wouldn't show it. So that's really interesting that they
Yeah,
kind of
Cole,
paint a
not only
narrative
that-
of him.
Not only that,
From not
episode
showing
3,
him.
when they beat the Raiders in episode 3, when he had the touchdown to AJ, that skinny post to AJ,
Mhm.
he went off the sideline. Him and Sirianni were like joking around, like high fiving. It was great. I don't remember seeing that during the game. Like it was just really just genuine. You can tell that they like each other. Check it out, like when a chance. This is a really interesting behind the scenes, and they showed a lot of Eagles stuff. I thought it was really really good. AJ Brown. Again, I know they're editing this. He's just like a sweetheart to me. Like he's just really, he seems really nice. They showed when he went to the supermarket and paid for people's groceries. But it's not only that, it's just when he's talking to his teammates, he's in a locker room, he's very funny, very engaging. It's just I saw a side of him that I just didn't see. Like what we're seeing is what the media, now and again, editing. I know it's editing, but we were getting, he was sulking, complaining about the offense, which I know he was. That was part of it. But he just seemed like just a cool, sweet guy, like a really nice guy. Some guy, like a guy I would hang out with. And I hate people, but I would hang out with AJ. I thought that was really interesting. Devontae was a little bit of a goofball. He's really not like nice, sweet guy, super country. He had this, you watch it. He talks about like an airplane crashing and what he would do. It was super just funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see
that.
that one?
Yeah. I
Really?
haven't been watching the Hard Knocks, but I've seen like clips.
Yeah.
It's
certain things.
almost like
Here it comes, everybody. Say it.
it's almost like like all those like random podcasts that were just like wanting to stir up all this stuff.
I knew it was
Almost
coming.
like it was just like fabricated stuff to get people talking. Like it's who could have expected this? Like I don't know.
No, I'm assuming it's a little bit of both. I'm sure Jalen is not that engaged. It was a lot of editing, not that engaging, and he wasn't that what we were hearing from like podcasters or insiders. He's probably a combination of both. So
Listen,
as you guys watch this,
So what?
What
But
do you like to
everyone's
see,
acting
Mr.
like
Rogers?
AJ's like a cancer to the team, and like, oh my god, like he's
yeah,
but like
I didn't
we've
get
known
that much.
AJ has been this cuddly like giant dude like this whole time. He's been this whole
He
time,
seemed
and you guys
super
guys-
cool. And
you guys are
super
just
cool.
you guys wanted to act like the like he was tearing down like our organization from the inside like
Here
a
it
double agent. Like
Here comes Noah. I knew it. I knew this would rile you up.
Jalen Hurts
But-
gets painted as Scrooge and AJ Brown gets painted as the Grinch.
Yeah, not in this though.
Yeah.
Not in
Not
Yeah,
in
this.
the
but,
Hard
like-
Knocks, but by the media.
By the media.
By the
probably, yeah.
media, not necessarily. Okay, it is by the media, but it's just when it's the game media, right? They never show. They always show Sirianni when he's animated on the sidelines, when he's screaming, running up and down the sidelines, right? You never see him in a subdued manner, but of course, at some point in time, he's probably subdued at some point in time. They never show Jalen talking to anybody. They constantly show him when he's on the bench. Could be before you talk to somebody or after you talk to somebody. The media could say, listen, we see Jalen over there talking to the offensive lineman, but let's just wait until he gets to the bench and then we'll show them.
Troy, I think you're right.
Right.
I think you're right.
They're serious.
Like, that
and
doesn't
with AJ
that doesn't
Brown,
fall
last
with
year,
our
AJ
narrative
Brown,
of Jalen Hurts.
correct. With AJ Brown last year, the only
Hey.
thing they wanted to show was him reading the book, right? Or if he's sulking, right? Because that's the narrative that they want. That's the narrative that they
Yeah.
want us to see.
The-
So like
if the-
when I see that, it doesn't get me upset. Like when I see just Jalen sitting on the bench, because I know at some point in time, trust me, he's not the type of player that's just not going to talk to his teammates. That's never happened, right?
Yeah.
I've seen, it's like the funniest moments to me were Devontae Smith and AJ Brown when AJ Brown first got here, and you could listen to them just talk to each other, between the times they're on the field, and they're like a comedy team. But last year you saw none of that. Saw none of it last year until like maybe the Super Bowl when they had the sideline thing after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The media, like when you have the mics on the sidelines and everything. You may have seen some of that, but like when he first got here, you saw it all the time, or at least I saw it all the time, and then all of a sudden it just kind of stopped. So I hate to blame it, saying it's media driven, but it possibly could be. It could be.
Who would have thought?
Stop it.
No,
But
sorry.
So, but I would say,
Noah too. Go ahead.
no. I if you guys watch it, I got there's some other points about the other teams real quick. But if you guys watch it, the two things I got of it was both about Jalen Hurts. One, super accountable. Blew me away how accountable he was. And the other thing, how engaged he was with his teammates on the sidelines. Blown away by that. Again, there's some editing in there.
We hear
What?
we hear
But-
Eagles players talk about this all the time, and the coaches talk about this all the time. Though, no, like when people are asked about Jalen, that's all they say every single time. But everyone just wants to see what the broadcast is showing us. Like the broadcast shows what they want to show people.
Right.
And if I was Jalen Hurts, like I would act exactly like how we act in front of the media too. The media is annoying. We're annoying. Like I know.
Yeah.
Like how
Just a couple things I got from just watching the other teams. Oh, this is about Lane. Before I go to the other teams, Lane, they showed him working out. He wants to come back. He didn't say if he was. Troy, his mom didn't mention you at all for some reason, odd reason, but he seems
don't
like
know
he's
either.
working hard to come back. The Commanders, they showed when Ertz got hurt. It was heartbreaking. Watching a grown man cry, he knew right away it was what it was.
That's it. Mhm.
Yeah, and they did it in a way, and again, this goes to editing as well. They did it. The whole episode, the beginning episode was about Zach Ertz. Like it was,
Wait,
how his teammates
this
love
was episode
him.
number 3, Chuck?
That
Chuck,
was
this episode
2.
number 3?
I think it was
Okay.
number 2. So
Okay.
it was leading. They were showing a lot of Ertz. Teammates loved him. He became like the 4th all-time leading receiver for tight ends. They were showing all of that, all the great plays he was making. And I was like, oh my God, here it comes. It's going to come. And sure enough, they show when he gets hurt and then he gets carted off the field and his teammates are like super sad. He's crying. Like it's just, it was heartbreaking.
Dude, they did the same thing last year or 2 years ago with Jason Phillips when
did
when
they?
the Miami Dolphins
Oh, okay.
on the hard knock. Same exact
Oh,
thing.
I forgot to mention
Same
Jason
exact
Phillips. They
thing.
talked to him too.
Yeah.
It's a lot. They talked to Jalen Phillips too. He was a cool dude.
Jalen
Jaden
Phillips, I'm
Daniels.
sorry.
Jaden Daniels. He it's something phony about him. I don't know what it is.
Really?
I don't know.
Why?
He seems I don't know, Troy. It's something like it doesn't seem genuine to me. His mom's a crazy person. Even though I know if one of my sons was in NFL, I would be exactly like her. Like I would have no women be around my sons. It wouldn't happen. I would be a crazy like one of those dads like Jaleel Okafor's dad. Remember him, Chucky Okafor? I'd be a crazy person, just like her. I get it, but she's a crazy person. But he just seems I don't know. He seems a little phony. He doesn't seem like a leader. I know he's young. He's only his second year, but it's just something about him. He was giving out toys to kids, and he just seemed awkward. I mean, he's a great quarterback, but it's something. He might not have that intangible like to lead. Who knows? But it's just he's super talented. We'll see what happens. But it's something about him that kind of just I found kind of just phony.
Jane Daniels is my favorite op. So,
well, this is gonna.
Him
I
or
can't
Jared,
believe I'm.
him or Jared Verse, my favorite ops.
I
don't agree.
The Jackson Dart. I really like him. He's like the opposite.
Hold on.
He's
So
like
you don't like this whole Jane Daniels persona, but you like Jackson Dart.
Yes, very much so. Love him.
Are you
again? I'm trying to keep an open mind because I know it's a lot of editing.
Are you anti-black?
But he just
perchance.
No. He just seems more of a leader.
He did think
to me
was handsome, right?
John Clark, yes.
Yeah.
He's not John Clark handsome, but he is hard.
What would you rate Lane Johnson 1 out of 10?
Oh.
And looks?
Because I saw a video today I saw like a pivot podcast, like the training camp one of Lane Johnson today. And I was like, dang, like he's a pretty attractive guy. I don't know.
Okay. We'll get to your top 10 attractive offensive linemen.
This is going left.
Let me finish this.
Here.
Let me finish. Jackson Dart, love him. I mentioned this in a previous podcast. He reminds me of a white Jalen Hurts, the way he plays, but he is a leader on that team. It seems like it. I know
Jalen Hurts is one of his heroes, though, so that could be a reason why.
Yeah, he reminds his play reminds me of that a little bit. I think they got a player. I'm hearing, which is weird. I don't know if you guys are hearing this too, because you're in North Jersey. Or you're
before you go on, I want to go on record and saying he's not going to last 5 years.
Yes, that's my thing. So you're hearing some Giant fans are saying, because right now the Giants have the number 1 pick. People are saying, why don't we trade Dart for some assets and use that number 1 pick on that? I guess that quarterback from Indiana.
Yeah,
the one who won the Heisman.
Mendoza.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've talked to a couple of Giants fans. I've heard the same thing.
Yeah, so that's a thing.
Some. I talked to one Giants fan on Saturday actually, and he's not sold on Jackson Dart, and he thinks they should go after Mendoza, but mainly because he doesn't think that, like what you said, Dad, he doesn't think he'll last because of his play style. I think he will. Yeah. I think he's smart enough to change. I can't say the same for Scatterboo, but I think Dart will play different.
I don't know, dude.
He's no John Clark, but whatever.
Listen, Dart has gotten knocked in the head enough times this year. Enough for me where I would have been like, yeah, okay, let me pull up on this 12-yard run. Let me just go out of bounds. And he's still going head first into defenders. Like, because he said it in the press conference. He's like, yeah, that's the way I play. That's the way I'm going to play. Okay, kid. All right, you.
Yeah.
You can keep it up all you want.
It is an interesting. I wonder if we were in that position.
I think that's the concussion talking that he's had for the entire season.
Then again, if he's living with a permanent concussion, then perpetual concussion, then again he's not going to last 5 years.
Yeah, but I do think it's interesting if we were in that position where we had the number 1 pick and a first-year quarterback. Would we talk about trading him to take the next new shiny object?
Well, we weren't saying that about Hurts.
Well, Hurts was a second rounder.
We did say that, or a team that we did follow, they did that with their rookie of the year. They traded him.
Who did?
As soon as he won the rookie of the year, Michael Carter Williams.
Who did?
They were like, the Sixers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the Sixers did it.
Yeah, so
Organizations
maybe
can
I
do
don't
it.
know.
Like I don't.
It's interesting. They could
It
probably get
is.
like maybe a first and a second
They,
for Dart. Maybe I don't know. Like what's out there. I don't know. Like maybe what the Colts. I don't know. The Colts. Did they just pay Indiana Jones? So I don't know. Like
I don't.
it might be something they would consider. It's interesting though.
First
The
of all,
last
I
thing.
think that's.
I want
Go
to
ahead.
I want to say something about what you just said.
Good.
Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I don't. Who's giving up a first and a second for Jackson Dart? Like what? That's why would somebody do that? First of all. Second of all, I don't think like
I hate when you ask me
Teams-
questions like that.
teams like these
He
poverty
was a
franchises.
first round pick.
These
He was a
poverty
first round pick.
franchises.
I don't think he should have
He
been
was
a first.
he was a
round
first
pick.
round pick
He
that,
wasn't a first round
that
pick.
nobody graded as a first round pick that nobody thought was gonna
Yeah.
get.
What? He's the best. Who's a better rookie quarterback right now? Like in the league.
Anyways, these poverty franchises need to stop like drafting QB after QB, like trying to like think that one of them is gonna eventually save them. You need to build the infrastructure around them.
Yeah.
And
First.
that's been the Giants' problem. Well, see, that to his point, to Chuck's point, he's saying that's basically what the Giants should do. Like,
But
get
they're
as much
saying
for
trade
him
and get
that
a
you can, get as much for him that you can, and build your trenches, build your receiver corps, whatever. Just build everything around the quarterback position. Then go get your quarterback. You're right, Noah. Like teams that consistently, they're constantly drafting quarterback after quarterback. It's silly when they have nothing else. When they have nothing else to protect the quarterback, a rookie quarterback that you want to start, right? So like
I just
it's you're right. It's a great point, but I think if you look at it from the Giants' perspective, maybe that is a good way to go to build their team. Because right now, guess what? You're not going to. This is the most. Whatever you get for him this year, this is the most that you're going to get.
I
If he
just
comes
think
back
that we
next
get-
year, I don't think you're going to. You're. I think his value drops the longer he
I
plays.
That's a great point. That's a
I
great
just
point.
think that they would get more value just trading the pick instead of trading Dart. And most of the quarterbacks in this draft, like I don't think Mendoza is that
That's
much
fair.
better than Jackson Dart is. Like I don't.
That's fair. That's fair. But look, like if I'm a team, and I've seen what Jackson Dart can do on the field already, I may be more apt to trade for him than trade for that pick. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's the
I
only
guess, but I just feel like Jackson Dart's been playing well for someone who has had as bad of an infrastructure around him as he has had. Like I don't know. Like they haven't even had him with neighbors or any weapons really. Like who's he throwing the
That's
ball to?
fair.
Like Wando Robinson.
Gio
Like Wando
Johnson.
Robinson's
That's
like
fair.
having like the season of his legacy season right now. Like that's who he's throwing the ball to.
That's fair. But
Stop.
again, I honestly don't think he's going to last. So if the Giants have any thoughts like that, then maybe that's the way to go. You get as much as you can for him right now. But
Troy,
that's just
you
me.
might be right. You might be right. I just like him as a leader from what I'm seeing on
Mhm.
Hard Knocks. The last thing, and we can wrap it up to this. Drew, stop it. But this, unless you guys want to talk about something else.
No,
So you didn't see one NFC East owner in the 3 episodes, except obviously Jerry Jones. He was out of the Dallas Cowboy coverage. He was a good like 40% of it. Either being interviewed, getting his reaction in the box. He's all over it. I mean, you got a lot of Dak, got some CD, got some George Pickens. But it was interesting. It was when they started episode 1, Dallas had just beat us. so they were on a high. Then they beat Detroit. Was that whoever who they played on?
Chiefs.
No, who they played on Thanksgiving? Oh, the Kansas City.
It becomes
So they beat us. Then they beat Kansas City. They're on a high, and then it starts to crash after that. So that felt good. But a lot of Jerry Jones for Dallas. Oh, the kicker too. Their kicker, a lot of him. But then they show the misses he had against Minnesota, I think it was, when they lost at home.
Yeah. Mhm.
He came crashing down. It was glorious. Because they show him and his wife and his little baby. They did a whole little thing about him. And then they go to the game. They show his wife and the baby in the luxury boxes watching daddy kick. And daddy's missing kicks. So that felt pretty good. But it's a good watch. If you guys have time, I will watch it. It's an easy watch. A lot of Eagles stuff. If you get through the first episode when they lose to Dallas, and that's it's kind of miserable, but you get through that, it's some good stuff. I got a new sense of how I didn't really even talk about Sirianni. He came off like real personable and a leader. Once again, I know it's edited, but he to me he felt like a leader. Jalen Hurts.
Did they have anything
Came
on
up
Kevin
great.
Patullo?
No. They mentioned his name, but I didn't see him interviewed.
They mentioned his name one time.
I think they did mention his name, but that's it. I didn't
No
like
interviews, no nothing. Did they show
Nah.
him on
They had a
camera?
clip. They had a clip of him and Jalen talking at practice, and you could hear
maybe.
Kevin Patullo saying a few things, but that
But
was
nothing
all that I saw.
how is it like being the
What-
offense
what was-
coordinator in Philadelphia? Blah blah blah. Nothing like that. Or
What was he saying to Jalen?
I
Do you know
wouldn't
what
be
to
able
call
to tell you.
Jalen? Because I don't. Jalen, do you know what play we should call? Because I don't.
I think that was it.
Did he say that?
Yeah, I don't
He
know,
can't
but it's
even get on Hard
a good.
Knocks. He
It's a
can't
good
even
watch.
get on Hard Knocks. After like the season, you know what? The Eagles probably like, you are not taking any camera near this man. You are not allowed. If we see you 10 meters anywhere near Kevin Patullo, we're shutting this shit down.
There
It's
you
not
go.
happening.
Troy, on that note, and I know we're about to wrap it up. Drew, stop it. I know we're about to wrap it up. I do want to shout out just
One
Eagles
more
fans,
thing.
this Eagle fans in this throughout the world, especially like obviously in Philadelphia, because we put pressure on this team to be better. Like Kevin Patullo was not only fearing for his job, he was probably fearing for his life. He needed to be better. And it's because like the gravity of our fan base said, you know what, we're not having it. And it forced them to be better. No, stop yawning. It forced them to be better. And I want to shout out like Eagle fans across the world for doing that. A lot of fans would be like, you know what, it is what it is. You know,
You know why it's been
we'll
better?
get them next
Where-
time.
But where did it all start? It all started with who? Where did it all start? It started with who? I need an answer.
Fine. We'll give you the credit.
Thank
For
you.
Marshall.
You
Damn it.
you know what caused this change though?
What?
His house getting egged.
Hey, just do what you got to do.
Possibly.
Wake up call.
Do
Wow,
what you
Gotta
got
do
to
a
do.
better job.
You were so against it, and it saved us.
Yeah, here's what I was against.
Why no?
I wasn't. First of all, I'm not encouraging you guys to. Because I'm not encouraging you. We should not be egging people. Troy, I don't know about you.
But it worked.
I don't know
It
about you.
worked. But it worked.
Troy.
We need to egg more houses.
Troy.
What is
I'm
it doing?
talking to Troy because Troy's had like
Where does he live?
he's been in the workforce longer. Troy, there's been moments in my job where I didn't perform like I probably should have performed like I was capable of. And
Your house should have been egged.
if I don't think it should be like people should judge my character on that. You know what I mean?
Well, you don't get paid
Like,
millions
and
of
I think
dollars.
that's what they were doing. I don't think we should judge his character on his job performance.
Well,
That's all I was saying.
Millions of people's mental health
Yeah.
doesn't rest on your shoulders. That word.
Right. Chuck, there's not 12 billion eyes looking at you every week at
If
your
there
job
was-
performance. And
If there
you
was, then
can't,
maybe
like,
you'd get hit.
and like even listen, and your job performance, whatever you're doing, it's not tangible to us. Like everything that the Eagles coaches are doing.
No,
and
but I
players,
guess
it's
what I'm
tangible.
saying is
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. And in theory, and with great moral judgment, you're right. But we're talking about human beings here. And a lot of human beings don't have great moral judgments. They're assholes, right? So they're going to do asshole things when they're upset. And like you got to expect it. Like his house should have been egged. Like, put it this way. If his house
say
wasn't egged, you would have been like, are we still in Philadelphia? That would have been your first question. Are we still in Philadelphia? If
Whether we
his house
win
was
or
not egged
lose.
after his performance.
so you don't think my call for calmness led to this change? You
No,
don't
I
think my
think
call
what Noah
to
said is
everyone to
correct.
like
No.
don't judge his character
No.
on
What Noah said is
Listen,
correct.
whether we win or lose, the city's going to be reflected whether or not we win or lose. We're either going to destroy the city
Philly's gonna be
winning the
Philly.
Super Bowl, or we're going to destroy the city losing. Either way, something's going to break. That's just the nature, man.
Egg more houses in 2026.
this podcast are going
If-
off the rails. Kobe, let's
Only
get
if
out
it's
there.
deserved. Only if it's deserved. Wait,
Right.
before we go, one more thing.
In self-defense. One more
One
thing.
One more thing. I
One
love the
more
Sixers winning.
thing.
I love the Sixers win against the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks are that good. I don't care what they win. We can beat the Knicks.
Sure, they play
Yes.
like 3 games in like 3 nights. I liked it too,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
What are your guys' thoughts on the NBA Cup trophies?
Trophies? Like I didn't even
The-
look at.
the
I
whole-
don't even look at the
the whole-
trophies. I don't mind the NBA Cup. You know what? I watched it. I thought the games were very good. Like both teams, like all the teams, played like they were playing for something, which you don't typically find in mid-December, right? So I liked it. I like the NBA Cup. I don't mind it. But on that note, Kobe, you could take us out.
Hey,
Shout
all
out
right,
Kenny
fellas,
Gainwell.
with that, we'll end this rendition of the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Stay tuned for our recap of Eagles Bills this weekend and more Sixers talk as well. Their next game is against Brooklyn tomorrow night. Looking forward to that. Carolina on right now, up big against East Carolina. Go Tar Heels. Until next time, guys, take it easy. Have a great night. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Holidays, Merry Christmas.